on tomorrow and Thursday, but this is just a preview. I've been helping Rhonda set up the NFU stand here and nearly tripped over the wire, and been setting the NFU stand up. But yeah, from here, this is on the edge of the main ring. We've got the members area, vice presidents and that sort of thing across the other side of the ring there, you can see. And along the edge of the arena here, Walking Chapman solicitors there. We've got NFU, Omex Fertilisers, University of Lincoln, Brown & Co, CLA up the other end. So they're all here. So just thought I'd do a 10-minute live preview just to show you what's here and what's on offer if you want to come. It's on tomorrow and Thursday. The weather is great for tomorrow. We've had rain here today, about 13 millimetres, but that's not a problem because it's softened the ground up, which is great. We had 8 millimetres yesterday, and that's the first rain we've had for a long while, probably since May the 4th or 5th. So that's great news. But you can see here, the good thing about Lincolnshire Show is it still has maintained its really good agricultural roots. And you can see machinery here, and behind me, watch that water because I'm going to get splashed if I'm not careful. Behind me you can see Howsam sprayers, and our sprayer is there, so I'm just going to go up and have a look at that and just show you that, because that's been doing the rounds at the show. I think it was at Suffolk Show, it was at Cereals last week, some of you might have seen it, and now it's at Lincolnshire Show. So I will turn the camera around and then you can and have a look at it. And hello from Suffolk, really enjoy that, brilliant, thank you for that. Thank you for watching and glad you enjoy it. And yeah, you've had a show as well at Suffolk, and not long ago, I understand, last week. So this is a Howsam sprayer, so I'll just flick the camera around and then you can, well, I can find where we'll do it. There we go. So this is the Howsam stand, and there is our new sprayer. You can see it's logoed up with Warder's Waffle, which is great. Hello Mike Oxlong, who's at this show apparently. That's great. If you come to the NFU stand, we'll have a look and say hello. So this is our sprayer, different to most of them because it's got silver or silvery grey wheels, whereas they normally put the dark grey wheels on like that, which I don't like those. And there's got Ward Waffle, and it's sold to us. It's virtually ready apart from in the cab. They've just got to get the John Deere screen in the cab and the receiver on the roof, and I think that's still in Denmark at the minute, just checking that it talks to the Howsam software and everything. But yeah, that's our new sprayer, so really looking forward to seeing that. I'll be pleased to get that working, and Ruben will as well. So looking across here, this is another one of their other sprayers. This is their Air Ride, their most popular model, been around a long while. Good sprayer, that is, really good sprayer. We'll just have a quick look up and down some of the avenues. This is Lincolnshire Motors. There's Howsam. This is Lincolnshire Motors. Thank you. Yeah, it is a smart sprayer. It looks good, doesn't it? 32 metre boom, 4,000 litre tank. So that's looking really good. So we're pleased when that gets running. Anyway, let's just move on. Thanks for that comment. Amazon Cayenne drill. We tried one of these on our direct drilling day that some of you came to, and if you didn't, it's on YouTube. We've got New Holland here. We've got a CR 9.90, which is a newer version of ours. We've got the 9090, which now I think is coming up to its 9th season, I think. So this is the 9.90 with a standard header on it, not the McDon. This looks like this is 12 metres looking at the size of this. Where will it say on the side? I can't see it, but yeah, I'm sure that's a 12 metre header. Got an Ideal, the Fendt 7T, that one. That looks a long header. What's that? Ah, it's got the belt, got the Draper pickup, the rubber belt that feeds it. Yeah, I need to try one of those probably, because I think our combine soon needs changing. Here's DMJ Drainage. You saw them at Cereals. They're a Lincolnshire company. They want to do a bit of work with us on the videos and things, so I'm going to be highlighting some of the work they do. They do a lot of pipeline work as well. They not just do farm work, they do pipeline work as well. Farmstar, our local company, where we get our Manitou from and have got our quad tracks from in the past. 240. Is that a CVX? I don't. Oh, it is CVX drive. Yes, it is. Brilliant tractors. I love our Puma. It's really good. The gearbox is good, and it's 10, 11 years old now, so we need to do something about that. And the fast track is the same age as well. So let's just go round the corner quick. What spray is it? Oh, Mazzotti. This is the one that John Deere, all John Deere dealers can sell. I think that's Italian. We did look at that. We were offered that by Farrell's, but just didn't like it somehow. Don't like the fact it's so tall. You can't see out the cab very well. So it's just not really very, very good. And here is the new Aero, the new Kuhn Aero air pneumatic fertiliser spreader. Really good. That's so much beefed up to the other one we got, but similar principle. You can see on ours how it folds in around the outside. Thank you for the comments. Oh, I just missed those comments, and I must wear my glasses so I can see them. And what have we got round here? This is Polaris dealer. Another thing we need to be looking at changing our Polaris, I think, as well. So Fairview Farm Machinery. They're not Lincolnshire, not sure. They're near Nottingham. This is Witham Oil. This is where our sprayer was at the Suffolk show, I think, on their stand. Local oil company who provide oil to lots of farms. I'll go this stand up this way in a minute. Here's S&K sprayers. There's that machine, that little buggy you saw at our Agri Open Day the other day. I'll just show you here. We've got Duckworth, so let's just go here quick. Land Rover dealer, Lincolnshire company, Duckworth. Got branches at Market Race and in Boston, I think. I'm not sure there's anywhere else. Here's the new short wheelbase Defender. You saw me do a review of the long wheelbase when mine was in for service. So that's that. And the sun's looking wrong way now, but there's quite a few cars down this outer line here. You can see down there. So I'll just head back across here, back down this line of machinery, and S&K sprayers. You remember that's where this buggy came from. You saw me do a feature of it on one of my cereals event reviews, and it was at our farm on our iFarm day last week. We recognise this. Really great little buggy. It's going to be doing some work on our farm this next spring, some trials and spraying around the outside, so keep watching this channel to see this work. It's individual electric nozzle selection from the cab. So you've got 4 different nozzles there, and each of those are all going to be selectable from that screen inside there. But you had a quick look at that, so if you want to see that again, look at my cereals review. I think it was the cereals day 2. There's an agri-fact. We'll just go back to this quick. Big sprayers these are. So there we go. Let's go back across here. Got the Catros. We've tried one of these, but a smaller one. Hello. So that's there's the Cirrus. So this is a drill that's got cultivating discs or wavy discs, if you like. I think they're all in line with the coulters. If you look at those wavy discs there, and then you've got your coulters back here, I think they're all in line with it. So you've got twin outlets there for putting 2 lots of seed out. Then you've got another hopper at the back there for putting another crop out, or slug pellets, or Avidex granules possibly, or some other companion crops. And going around here, what else have we got? Class, not sure who this will be. It's all dealers who are here. It's not manufacturers that will be here, so it'll all be dealers here. So this will be Class Eastern, I should say, because that's who sells Class in this area. It's not got all logoed up like Ollie, so that hasn't done the run from Land's End to John O'Groats. Yeah, Class Eastern, there we go. They're Lemkin agents or dealers as well by the look of it. Somebody set a car alarm off by the sounds of that. John Deere combine, that's Hillmaster, that means the front jacks up compared to the back. So when it says Hillmaster like that, it means that that back axle's telescopes up. So if the combine's going down a hill, the back of the combine raises right up to, so the combine inside keeps level. You'll see I'm actually using this microphone here with a muffle on it. I hope that's all right. Please just let me know if you can hear me all right, 'cause it's quite windy here. And for once I've got it with me, so I thought you'd hear me better. So Ripon, our dealer in this area. And Coon agents as well. What else we got here? John Deere got 750A drill there. We've got Rytec low disturbance subsoiler. They're all doing this now. So many of these. Here's a robot mower for doing banks and things on tracks. Not quite sure how much they are, but they won't be cheap. But I have seen one or two work. You have like a pack on you round your neck, and it's sort of hangs down, and then it controls it like you do when you have these high-ab cranes on your lorries. Spearhead, back wing topper. What else we got here? Another mower, smaller compact tractor. Kramer forklift, what's that? 557. So that will be 5 tons to, is that, or is it? It's either 5 tons to 5.5 metres or 5.7 metres or 7 tons to 5.5. But looks, what a big beast that does. What else we got here? B&B. That's not B&B tractors. B&B machinery, so they're Manitou. I'm not sure where they are, where they're from I mean. And going along here, apologise for the sun being in the way. Deutz tractors, don't see too many of those around. Let's just go through here. So got, looks like this is forestry equipment for slicing up, yeah, for dealing with timber. That's what all this is. So we'll go back. Budding muck spreader, Kubota. I think that's the biggest tractor they go to 175 horsepower. Stewart trailers, they're made in Scotland, I believe. But obviously I'm not allowed any other trailer apart from a green one. Bateman. One sprayer we've never tried. Not sure, people say that they're not quite as good as they used to be. So I'm not sure whether they are or not, but regardless that top down, been around a long while, this has similar sort of type of machine to our Solo, does a similar sort of job. Got discs there, tines, more things just that these star wheels go round just to keep the back level and stop it ridging it, then a bit of a packer at the back. Lemkin Paraharrow drill, so Paraharrow at the front, piggyback mounted drill hopper with your coulter tines at the back, disc coulters. We've never used one of those, but I know on light land, if you plough and press and then go through one of those, it is a fairly weatherproof, cheap system of establishing crops. But on heavy land, it needs to weather a bit first, from experience, if you plough it. And you often have a lot of levelling to do with it because it doesn't leave it level from the plough. Another Kramer, this is Ben Burgess. Used to be New Holland dealers, I think, and then they're now John Deere, or have been for a while, John Deere. Little handy tractor that is. Right, little Bobby Dazzler. Let's just flick the camera around and I'll stand next to it and you'll see how big it is. So there we go. I'm 3/4 way at the cab. Great little tractor that'll be fun. Nice little topper on the back as well. Just turn that round. Little topper there. Oh, it's for hire as well. That might be useful because they're not that far away from me. Let's head back across here. Russells. This used to be Platts Harris. They bought Russells. These are the one who now service our combine. You'll have seen their van in our yard. They're doing the, I call it winter service because it still is sort of winter service. It was looked over in the winter, but they haven't done the parts for it yet. You saw this. You saw me highlight this. Now, I don't know whether you did. This was on the stand when I went to that regen event when I spoke at an event in Wales 2 weeks ago. You're meant to go really fast for this, 20 kilometres an hour, and it flicks the weeds up, as you can see, and pulls the weeds out. But it doesn't pull the crop out, apparently. And the secret is you pull, it's got to be, I can't remember what the criteria was now to see whether it pulled the crop out, but there's certain, you do something, walk in the field and you test it, and if it pulls, you pull the crop out with your hand, I think that's what it is, you get to sown the leaf stage of the crop. And if you pull the crop out, if the crop comes out, it's too early to do it. You need to wait a bit more till the roots have got grown a bit more of the crop, and then it doesn't pull the crop out. Fairly aggressive cultivator. Pottinger. Make good equipment, Pottinger do. Wavy disc drill. This cultivates. You go quite fast with that. That will cultivate and create a bit of tilt. It's fairly tighten the bearings, and then you've got your press wheels, or your wheels consolidate there, and then you've got your coulters at the back to put your seed in. Another New Holland. What model's that? Oh, that's a 10.90. That's the bigger one. That's the biggest one New Holland do, and I think that one's still got the world record for the most tons combined in so many hours. So yeah, 10.90, the biggest New Holland in its current range. And what have we got here? Quickly go across here. Sprayers, Boston sprayers, smaller sprayers. These some little mounted, there's a trail one there, but there's some smaller mounted ones. Diddy ones here to go on the back of ATVs and quad bikes and that sort of thing. One there. Bertu sprayers, they're a good sprayer. An 8T, so we saw 17 not that long ago, now here's an 8T. What else have we got here? Fent, Peacock and Bennington, so P&B, well-known Lincolnshire company, or maybe Yorkshire, I'm not sure, North Lincolnshire anyway. LRSN, this is the health hut. Some of you might have seen me go through this when they first started here. They do health assessments, they do cholesterol, blood pressure, heart condition and all that sort of thing. And yeah, I've been through there. We might have a look at that as well tomorrow. Then heading back across here to the main ring. JPM Agriculture. They're the ones that bought our quad track when we sold it just over a year ago now. It was last April, seems such a long while ago, a year ago. So we sold that. Obviously we've replaced it with our 8RX John Deere, which I haven't seen one of those here yet. So this is now leading up to the main ring. Got all sorts of things going on in here. Young farmers floats. I wonder if I can find those young farmers floats. I'm not quite sure where they are. So lovely setting here. That's the members across there, vice presidents, that area where we'll be in tomorrow. Main ring, stunning location, banked up around the edge, so you can sit on the grass and get a wonderful view right across the main ring. So there's so many things on to mention. If I say one or two things, I'll leave a lot out. So all I'm going to say is, if you want to know what's on here, just look on the website, look on the internet, you'll see lots of what's going on. Just head across back here Got Frontier there. So that's great. I think Young Farmers actually is just next to here somewhere. Brown & Co. University of Lincoln there. Actually, the floats used to be parked up at the back. I'll quickly just go past you, walk through the NFU tent and just see if I can find these floats. So in a minute you'll be going through things I've already shown you, but just to see if the floats at the back, so it'll be quite good to show them all on the tractors and trailers, all what they're doing. There'll be 15 tractors and trailers, all stuff on, and it's great what they've done. So here's back at the NFU, you can see here's Frankie and Nala. Hello Nala. There's Frankie. I've got a little grill at the back of the disco there just so they can see what's going on and just to keep nice and cool. And here is a great tractor. Look at this old Caterpillar, 1932. Caterpillar 10 crawler, 1932. Look at that. Fantastic. So air condition comes as standard because there's no cab. And that's a mower, reaper, call it what you like, at the back. That would obviously fold down and then cut the grass. So let's just go inside and show you in here. Fantastic job Rhonda and the team have done. So this is, you might have seen it on Twitter, some of you, but just to highlight here, the Farmers Union, or the NFU rather, started as the Farmers Union in 1904 in Harmston, which is a village between here and where I live, so about 8 miles from where I live, and it became the National Farmers Union in 1908. Here's some old, that's the first photograph of the Farmers Union, sort of people that were members of it. So that photo was taken in 1904, so, or maybe 1905 or 6. Some photos back here, old ones. All this is on display. If you come tomorrow you can see it, but really interesting to see is this on 18th of August 1914, evolution of food policy. So a food policy and was talked about then, and look at this, SOS, save or starve. Just incredible that we're still talking about those same things about a food policy. So what we're looking at 110 years later, just unbelievable. Here's another one, look, cost of imports. It's just what we're looking at now, about importing less. So we were talking about it 110 years ago. If you want to just read all these, just freeze playback and you'll be able to read all these one by one. Food production, another one about food production. Rations, look, by 1918. Bread, meat, butter, sugar, cheese, jam, bacon. Staple foods for 1914, exactly the same. Bread, meat, butter, sugar, milk, cheese, jam, eggs and bacon. Incredible. So yeah, I'll just hold that steady. So freeze that or pause, play it, and you can read that. And then looking through here, so much going on then. World War I. The few that fed the many. Just incredible. Looking here, tractors. My great-great-grandfather was invented the very first tractor. I can't quite remember the year, but it was a long, long while ago. Some old photos there from years ago. Then going around here, very interesting when you start to look at cost of food. In 1944, 4 ounces of bacon, 8 ounces of sugar, 2 ounces of cheese, 4 pints of milk and 2 eggs. Total cost, the equivalent of 8.5 pence for all that lot. This is when this actual slide was made up. But then in 2014, the actual cost of those, this is 14, not now, was £4.16. It'd be very interesting for somebody to work that out, what that actually cost now compared to, even in 2014, for that same lot, equivalent one was only 8.5p in 1944. Unbelievable. Some forestry, trees being covered, uncut. Yeah, thanks for that comment. There is still a food policy. Get it as cheap as possible. You're dead right. And that's exactly what's wrong with the job. Our food has been too cheap for too long. That's why we're in the mess we're in. But more on that in my other videos. You know I go on about that quite regularly. Food rationed in 1944. This is what one person per week was allowed. 4 ounces of bacon or ham, 2 ounces of lard, 4 ounces of margarine, 2 ounces of butter, tea, 1 egg, 8 ounces of sugar, milk, 2 ounces of cheese. Yeah, just a comment there. Thank you. My thumb still, it does. I can't. I'll do it in an update. But yes, it does look sore. It's starting to pull away from the base now, but I'll get on a bit nearer to that at the time. It is not sore now, but it was. Loss of labour. Look at this. Fascinating. We've got problems now with labour, and in May, look at that, May 2015, they're talking about loss of labour. So I'll just hold that steady so you can pause, play that, and read that. And then another one, feeding the many. Sorry for that. Feeding the many. Incredible. 1916, Colin Campbell, NFU president there, talking about feeding the many. And then here. So, really, really good display there. Rhonda got all that together, and she was helped by Laura in the office at the farm. Here we are. Look at this now. Lincolnshire Farmers Union. So that was the Lincolnshire Farmers Union, not the National Farmers Union. 1904, the very first chairman was E.W. Howard, and Howards are farmers who farm on the edge of Lincoln now. So that's when all the list of the chairman. And then the Lincolnshire Farmers Union founded in 1904. Delegates to NFU Council, that's what I am at the minute. I'm a delegate for Lincolnshire. I'm Lincolnshire's representative of NFU Council. So, yeah, my name, whether my name will get on there, we're a bit behind here at the minute. We'll see whether it, yeah, because he was on about 2 before me, so that'll be interesting. So, my name hopefully will get on there soon. Just incredible. And then we've got NFU, the birthplace of your NFU Farmers Union. Here, very first time we got a logo, new pull up the Addington Fund, providing disaster relief through forage aid. Let me just turn this camera around. Yeah, you'll see, you'll remember we merged with the Addington Fund about a month ago now, maybe 6 weeks ago. And so we are handling the Addington Fund's disaster relief. They have been doing disaster relief for a few years, and it was silly that we were doing it and they were doing it. So we're now the brand for Addington's disaster relief. So that was help on the farm through weather, some disease maybe, but any situation where livestock farmers are suffering. But we'll give you a full update on that a bit in maybe going into the winter. But yeah, forage aid, and that is our first pop-up in conjunction with Addington. So look at this, what Rhonda's done here. The whole of this set up inside here for 2 days. Just brilliant. And if any of you are coming to the show, please do call in. There's lunch available here. Yes, I'm afraid you have to bite. Hello, Caris. So Caris was responsible and been talking to Rhonda and getting all this. Actually, let's just, there we go. So Caris has been responsible for this and getting this all sorted with Rhonda. When did Rhonda start talking to you?
Oh, about 2 weeks after the last Lincolnshire show, I think.
Yes, when there was that debacle, which we won't go on. But yeah, that's right. And you and I met. When was that? That
was July. So that was our 120th anniversary for Stokes Tea and Coffee.
Is that what it was? Yeah, that was it. And we and I was on stage answering a few questions. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was really good. It
was, wasn't it? Enjoyed that. Yeah. So what are we doing here then? What have you actually got? You've got food-wise and coffee. And what are you doing?
Tomorrow morning from 8:30 we've got breakfast until 11, so that's just breakfast rolls, sausage, bacon, vegan sausages as well. Then we've got a lunch buffet being served, which is a selection of cold meats, salads, bread rolls and cakes that go with your main course. Later on in the evening we've got cream tea, so that's served with the traditional gold medal blend tea from Stokes Tea and Coffee. We've also got a full barista service happening, so we've got full lattes, cappuccinos, americanos, espressos. So.
I'll just turn. You keep talking. I'll just turn that round. So we've got. Are they on all day?
That's on all day.
Yep. Right.
Yeah, beer as well, and the prosecco.
Oh, perfect. Yes.
And then the lunches, breakfast, lunch, and then the lunch boxes for children as well.
Yep.
And cream teas.
Cream tea down in the bottom.
Um,
Yep, and then alcohol. Yes, we've got some
alcohol. We've got that. It's in the fridges as well. We've got plenty of beers.
Oh, look! Is that Peroni?
Peroni in there. Prosecco, white and red wine as well.
Yeah, fantastic.
Black sheep ale.
Right.
We've got the specialty teas. So we've got Darjeeling, Earl Grey, and Japanese cherry tea as well with us. It's green tea.
So you've got everything catered for everybody's needs. So if you're here at the show tomorrow or Thursday, please do come along here. Then if you, Caris and the team will be pleased to serve you, and we're really looking forward to having some fantastic food and refreshments.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thanks, Caris. We'll carry on this tour. I've nearly finished, and then we'll see you shortly. Thanks, Caris. Rhonda, I'll be back in 5 minutes. So I thought I'd better just say that, or else Rhonda will be ringing me. Where are you, Wardy? Come on, we're going. Where are you? Anyway, let's just flick back here. I'm just going to go back here. I'll do a bit of talking while we're at it. So, yeah, the Lincolnshire show. It's a huge event. It was didn't run. Was it? It's either 2 years. I think it was 2 years during COVID. It didn't run. I've been on the board here for 6 years, but I resigned about 2 months ago because I've got so much going on at the minute, and with Forage Aid merging with Addington, I wanted to concentrate on that. So there's only so much you can do, and I just needed to concentrate. It's a big thing, that Forage Aid merger. Obviously, I've had a huge time taken up with Forage Aid, and we want to make sure it's right. So, and I think you can be on some of these things too long, and I wanted to give someone else the chance, someone with new ideas. So I resigned from the board of the Lincolnshire Agri Society. I think it's February. I think it was, and just free up some of my time. Let me just have a look. No, they're not here. Last year, the Young Farmers floats were across the back here, which they're not now. So sorry for that. I was going to see if I could find them. Yeah, so it's freed up some of my time for that, but still involved with the show in many ways and promoting it and doing this sort of thing for them, just promoting the good things that the Show Society does, and also the visits I do to schools. You'll see when I go round there, that's sort of on the back of, or it's been done through the Lincolnshire education programme, and so it's done through them because they do the tractors in schools, they do all the schools and help sort it out. So it's done on the back of that. So I work quite a lot with them because it's just a massive part, and they get a lot of funding for that. So it's great to be able to do that and back up and help support the children of the county and just show where the food and their environment protection, everything comes from. Anyway, that's it for now. I can't think. I'll finish off. Here's our sprayer. I'll finish off with our sprayer in the background, and I hope you've enjoyed this look round and preview of the show. There's a lot more around the other side of the members that I could go on, but I don't bore you. And thanks very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. I will be doing one tomorrow night. I'll put up an update tomorrow night from here, and obviously a lot more people. I'll try and talk to a few people, but just for the time being, let me just get rid of that microphone. So yeah, our sprayer in the background. I'm not sure whether it's going up to the Highland Show after this, but nearly all done, and hopefully we'll be getting it soon. But yeah, I think it looks great on those wheels, and to me, when something looks right, it usually is right. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.